Are you saying Rob talk? Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Anyway, welcome to the Grown Here podcast where character matters. We're glad that you guys can be with us this evening, and thank you for tuning in the last couple weeks with us as we get this thing off the ground.
And it's a lot of work to get something off the ground like this, but boy, are we having fun.
Yes, and David is back with us this week, and that's good news.
Yes, thank you.
That's good news. So we also have Gordon with us. Say hi, Gordon.
Hi, Gordon.
That's good.
Excellent, excellent, good. So that's the crew that's with us
Jess.
tonight.
And Jess.
And Jess, she's working the switcher or the cameras behind the scenes there. So we're grateful for her being back there. And we're going to go ahead and start off with a question for all of us, to a kind of a get to know you question, in the sense of what's been going on in your week this week. What have you had to face down with? And I am not whining while I'm talking. Anyway, so here's the question for you guys. It's good. Here's the question for you guys. This is like going to church on Sunday at Matt's house.
Yes, sir.
Looking back at your week, have you had any moments where you were challenged, grit-growing moments, in other words, moments that might have been impactful, or even moments of goofiness? Anybody want to go first? Yes, Gordon, I see your hand raised.
Hi. Hi, Goof.
Hi, Goof. So my brother-in-law was with us this weekend. It was a good time, but, always challenging because he wants to, playing board games that are highly complex and mind-melting. And even just came to my mind, we were actually playing 2 board games at once at one point.
Wow. You guys really like to challenge.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, that was intense.
Like
Yes.
3D chess, huh?
So that was what?
All the above, maybe?
All the above. Okay. Grit growing, goofy, and impactful.
Yeah.
Okay. How was it impactful?
Well, I mean, being out of town, it's, always nice to see him again, and
Okay.
making that realization that, that he's, only able to be in town once in a while, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like he's close by.
Right.
So
Right.
that came to mind this time around.
So that was nice.
Yeah.
Good. Not always the case. Anyway, that's why I
Yes,
asked
that's
more.
called family. Yes,
Family.
yes.
Yes, always a struggle, and maybe sometimes I am the struggle.
Yes.
Yes. Anyway, David.
Okay, well, I've had a very reflectful week, just because of things going on in the family, and I also knew it was Easter week, and being Easter week, it brought me to look at the moon and say, is that a full moon up there? Nah, that doesn't look quite full. And so my wife and I ended up having a dispute about not dispute, but, a conversation about, is
That's
that
a
a
nice
full
way to
moon
put it.
or is that not a full moon? And so it turned out it wasn't a full moon because the full moon was yesterday.
Oh, it was
Yes,
yesterday.
because,
Okay.
and so the reason the full moon is important is because that is the start of Passover, and that's been a tradition for over 3,000 years.
Gotcha.
And because it was a reflectful week for me, that's what I was doing, is I was reflecting on tradition, on family, on, just things that are impactful to you.
Yeah.
And Easter is always the first Sunday after the first full moon, and that's why Easter and Passover are always together.
Got ya.
So that's how I knew to look in the sky.
Okay.
That's my goofy, idiotic part. Yes.
Yes. Yes. That is. Yeah. Not everybody would be thinking about that, I guess. For me, it was probably more along the lines of grit, growing, and impactful, dealing with, again, family dynamics and things that happen within families. And sometimes that means broken relationships that you don't necessarily want to be broken, but are. And having to, really for me, for a couple days, I felt like I was mourning a loss of close family members. Mm-hmm. Not that they'd passed away,
No.
but mourning the loss and having sorrow because of that in my heart. And looking forward and realizing it doesn't look too hopeful. It doesn't look too hopeful.
Yeah.
So for me, reflective, impactful, grit growing.
Yeah.
Anyway, gut wrenching, I would say. Gut wrenching.
Yeah, you missed that in the adjectives you brought to us in the beginning. The gut wrenching.
Gut wrenching. See, that's a nice one. That's a nice one. That's a nice
Yeah,
one.
but no thanks. We don't want to do that every week.
No, it's draining. It's draining. And my wife was trying to fix me in a loving way, and I couldn't articulate for probably 2 days what I was feeling or why I was feeling it, because I really didn't totally understand it myself yet. So it took me till this morning
Yeah.
to get there.
God love you real good. But
So
I can tell you that I call myself a slow cooker in terms of figuring out how I feel.
yeah.
Because I don't recognize it.
Okay.
And then I see my daughter telling her children, "Oh, you're frustrated because you can't do XYZ, or you're angry because your sister did XYZ." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, you mean I was supposed to tell my kids how they were feeling so they would recognize it when they grow old?"
Yeah.
So I was like, my child is teaching me.
Amen. That's how it works a lot of times. With my son, I often find, and my daughter, I find that quite frequently, that they're teaching me something. Even my dog Bella teaches me things. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and jump into our continuation of morality, which we were discussing last week. So it's part 2 of that discussion. And there's going to be a slide that's going to pop up from Joanne. And Joanne and Jim are not with us today, but they are missing us and they're missing you. But I wanted to use a slide that Joanne, a comment that Joanne had sent me when I told her we were going to be talking about morality. And I think Gordon's going to display it, but he's also going to be the reader.
The reader, yes. So Joanne said, "I would say morality came from God from the beginning, but more specifically in the Ten Commandments."
Ah, thank you. So morality came from God specifically, but what else did it say?
Oh, but more in the Ten Commandments. Sorry.
Yeah, more specific.
Yeah, more specific in the Ten Commandments. And so let's go ahead and get some context there on the Ten Commandments. You can find them in a couple different places, but the first time that God gave Moses the Ten Commandments on top of a mountain, an angel inscribed the Ten Commandments on 2 huge hunks of stone. I don't think it mattered to God that was preserved. You think?
Well, it would have been nice, I think, from
Yeah.
this point of view.
I mean, when you write something in stone, there's an expectation
but
that it's going to be around for a while.
There is breakage.
There is breakage. Yes, there was breakage. Yes. When we go off the rails, we break even stones sometimes. But anyway, chapter 5 of Deuteronomy has the listing of 10 commandments, and you'll really find that the first 4 are oriented towards God, and the last 6 are oriented toward man. Yep. And it's essentially a code of conduct. And the ones that are oriented toward God speak that I am the Lord your God who rescued you from slavery in Egypt, Passover.
Passover.
Right. And do not worship any other gods beside me.
Yes.
It is do not make idols of any kind. And then he also says, don't use the Lord's name in vain. Right?
Yes.
And then observe the Sabbath day. Observe the Sabbath day.
Even Charlie Kirk started talking about that towards the end of his life.
Yeah, and the value that was to him as a man. And his family.
Turning off all your electronics and coming to a place where you're at peace.
Right.
So that you can be focused on God.
Right. And that's critical because there's a lot of noise and voices and activities that pull us different directions, like playing 2 board games at one time.
Yes.
Gordon. Yes.
Oh,
anyway,
there we go.
You guys are incredibly intelligent.
No.
Yes. Yes, you are. And
More like incredibly crazy.
yes, that is crazy. But I was trying to avoid that word because my wife told me crazy isn't a nice word. So
No, it's not.
Jessica seconds that motion.
It's a state of mind.
Okay. So the ones that are more oriented toward man honor your father and your mother. Do not murder. Do not commit adultery. Do not steal. Do not testify falsely against your neighbor. Do not covet your neighbor's wife. Those are the ones that are oriented toward human relationship.
Yes.
So first 4, relationship with God, between man and God.
Yeah.
And the last 6 are oriented toward man-to-man relationships.
Well, what I was thinking about those last part of the 10 Commandments is that they're guideposts that help us continue to honor God, honor each other, and then not sin against each other, so that our relationships can remain whole. So when we end up hearing actors or people in leadership positions saying things that are absolutely not correct, you look at them and you just say, I don't believe a thing that you say, and in the future I'll never believe a thing you say because I can't believe what you say.
Right. And a lot of times the facts point to that.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
it exposes them. And then the question becomes, why?
Yeah.
Why are you telling a lie?
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
And like I think the point that you made about it being like a code of conduct, how to conduct yourself within relationship or within community. Right. You have the Mayflower Compact that was made in, let's see, hold on. Mayflower Compact, Rob, there you go. Mayflower Compact.
16.
So Mayflower Compact was the first governing document, and there we go, of the Plymouth colony, signed on November 11th, 1620. 41 adult male passengers on the Mayflower signed that document, which is essentially, they served as the leading leaders of that community at that time. And they were all making this commitment to one another, really, and before God. And they were creating, essentially, laws that would guide and direct their conduct with each other and their relationships.
And today we have that written out as what we call the Constitution.
Yes.
Because it guarantees rights, and it basically lays out how we should be living and how we should be governing.
Right.
And so the Mayflower Compact is a very important thing because when they first started with the Mayflower Compact, they thought the best thing to do was, in a sense, communism. That everybody was going to work for the greater good of
the idea of communal living.
Yes. And then Governor Bradford, William Bradford.
What did he discover?
He discovered that did not work.
Why didn't that work, Dave?
That didn't work because people were holding back.
They took advantage of others?
No, they didn't give it everything because they thought others were taking advantage of them. And so they didn't.
Isn't that taking advantage of others?
Yeah. I mean, everybody was taking advantage, so yes. Okay, so, but then when they decided to go to allow everyone to keep the fruit of their labors, they found out that, wow, people were quite industrious.
So they got to work and got busy because they had to take care of themselves, is what you're saying.
And then they had more than enough to share with one another.
Wow. Now, that's amazing. That's amazing.
And that's why being honest, open, and forthright with all of your neighbors, your family, your friends, there are no questions in the future.
And working hard and bringing what you have to the table to provide for yourself and your family. But in the end, you also have extra.
Yes.
That you can help out others with, who might have need, or trade with others.
And in the Bible, it basically encourages us to give all of ourselves to God.
Yeah.
And so when you're working and you're not thinking about, my job is to glorify God and do this job for the guy who's paying me.
Right.
When you lose that balance there, then all of a sudden it's all about you.
Yeah.
How many hours do I get off? How many vacation days do I get?
Yeah.
How many sick days, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
But all those things naturally come when you're giving it your all for the glory of God.
Right. And everybody's making the all their contribution.
Right.
That's when things work out, actually, for the individual and the community.
Yes.
Right.
And the family.
Right. So, and with the Mayflower Compact, essentially you have a code of conduct that dictates how the community should run, how we should do relationships, how we should work, what we should be contributing, how we should treat each other.
Yeah.
Right. Jesus was asked a question by some of the leading religious leaders during his time, and they weren't seeking knowledge because they wanted to understand and know, and they were going to the teacher Jesus. They were actually constantly trying to take him down.
Right, by tricking him with the question.
Right, giving him trick questions, hoping that he wasn't going to be able to answer the question, hoping that his answer would be insufficient and that it would tick people off.
Or blasphemy.
Or blasphemy, of course. And so Jesus, this is running out to the end of his time here, as we're talking about the crucifixion, which is, of course, Good Friday. We celebrate as Good Friday. But in chapter 22, he's being confronted by these religious leaders looking for something to snag him on, to make him look bad in the eyes of the people that were following him, but also looking for something, like you said, blasphemous, where they had reason to charge him and kill him.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So you could tell these guys were really good people.
Yeah, great.
Now, these were the religious leaders, of
Yeah,
course, that I'm
religious
talking
leaders.
about. So in Matthew 22, they one of the leaders, this is actually a leader who was listening to the others call him out, question him. And so he stood up and asked a question that he was wondering about. So this is one of the more sincere questions,
Okay.
more heartfelt. I think he was really wanting to understand.
Well,
So
I'll be the judge of that.
okay. So he says, one of them, an expert in religious law, tried to trap him, and here we go, with the question, "Teacher, what is the most important commandment in the law of Moses?" Right? And so Jesus responds, "You must," and here's the hard part, because these religious leaders weren't actually practicing what Jesus is about to throw down.
Right.
Jesus replied, "You must love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, and all your mind. This is the first and the greatest, most
Yes.
important.
Right.
A second is equally important." And he says, "Love your neighbor as yourself." And then he says, "All the other commandments and all the demands of the prophets are based on these two."
Yep.
So take these two guidelines and do them.
Yeah.
Right? Love isn't, "I love you, David."
Thank you.
Right? That can be part of it. But really, love is a demonstration in action. I
Right.
have to show it in how I live.
Yes.
In how I treat you.
Yes.
And so forth.
Yeah.
And so he's actually calling out the religious leaders, because the religious leaders are supposed to be shepherds in the community.
Right.
And they were not loving the people, and they were trying
As
to
themselves.
Yes.
Yes.
And they were trying to exterminate him.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
There's real love, right? Extermination. Sounds like what's going on in our country right now.
Yeah, well-
A few attempts on a person's life.
Yeah, just a few.
All that said, we can see Jesus says these two things are the most important. Everything else basically points to these two laws, right? If you love God, you're going to be enabled to love others. And if you can do that, you're good. You're good. And everybody else will be good too. Because if you suck at loving others, they're going to know it and they're going to experience it.
Because that's your character.
That's my character.
Yeah.
And so the Jewish folks, they developed 613
Yes.
laws,
Yes.
right? And so my question here for us, Gordon, you have not jumped into the conversation yet. Okay. So my question to you, Gordon, let's just orient here.
Oh boy.
When you think about these 613 laws, why in the world would we have to create 613 laws? And, that's including the 10. And then there's both laws in Deuteronomy and Leviticus too. But then there's more laws that get created. Why in the world do we create more laws?
Because we're human and we mess things up.
Because we mess things up.
Right. I mean, we hold on. So, I mean, we're human, right? So
Right.
we mess things up constantly. We're always trying to put things around things as protection, layers upon layers
Yes.
to add on.
Yes.
So, the idea being, at least that's what I heard back in the past, right? But we do this. But this is not just with this. We do it all over the place, right?
What? In America.
Yeah, all
in
over.
Maryland.
All over.
Our legislature creates more laws upon laws.
Right.
Every year.
So the idea is you have the core thing.
Yeah.
The core, whatever that is.
Yes.
Right. And you put these things around it.
Gotcha.
Right. The idea being, if you don't break these things, you don't break the core.
Gotcha. And why do we need to do that?
Well, if I have a rule book to live
Yes.
by, I can flip through it and I can point my finger at you and
Oh,
tell
you
you
can
how
use the rule book.
you are not living up to the book of rules. And so,
that sounds like HOAs.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Oh, no. Yes, there we go.
Nice. Anybody that's out there that leads an HOA, be
Yes.
careful.
Oh,
How many
well.
laws upon laws
Yes.
have you created?
Yes, exactly.
So you have the law, you have the HOA rule. It says your grass can no longer be greater than 5 inches.
Yes.
Then you have the one top of it, 6 inches.
Yeah.
That makes sure
That you never get
that it never gets to 5.
or
Yes,
the
there
other
you
way
go.
around, whatever.
Yeah, we understand, but it's basically it gives the right to others to be able to point the fingers at you, and if your life is so vacant that you've got to supervise what everybody else is doing,
Yeah.
so you can call them out just so you feel better.
Yeah.
It seems like maybe you got to go back to the first commandment and the second commandment and take another look at your life.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but what happens when you point the finger at somebody?
There's 3 pointing back at you there,
Exactly.
Mr. Gordon.
Yes. And getting to that point, right? Why in the world do we need the first law?
Well, because we screwed it up in the Garden of Eden.
We screwed
Yes.
it up in the Garden of Eden. Meaning?
Well, I mean, they thought they would get all the knowledge from the tree.
Right.
And fell for the serpent who
Yeah.
decided to deceive them.
Yes.
And then Adam decides after he's eaten that he needs to blame God for giving him that woman who told him to eat it.
Yes. Yes.
had one job.
Always pointing our finger.
Then
somewhere
yeah,
else,
that's right.
right?
That's right.
There was one job back then.
Yeah.
One job.
Yeah. Do not.
And we messed it up.
Yeah.
Yes, and I think that's the core issue, right? There can just be one law, and the whole point is we can mess that one law up.
Yeah.
So we create all these other laws, and I even think laws get created to create loopholes.
Oh, yes.
So people can get away with breaking the one law
Yes.
if they fall into a certain category.
Category.
Yes, categories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We even have tax laws like that.
Yes.
You know, that there are loopholes that not everybody can take advantage of, but only a certain few.
The chosen few.
Yes.
And then we have the laws to patch the loopholes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Because too many people took advantage of the first loophole.
Yes.
No, I think it employs legislatures. That's
Well, it
why.
also employs accountants
and it,
And the lawyers.
and
the
lawyers
And judges.
and bureaucracy
and
IRS
bureaucracy.
and businesses that will benefit off the law that was put in place, and then the bribes that get paid to the politicians who put the laws in place, who are friends with the business owners.
Yeah.
No, it sounds like humanity is in good shape.
Oh, well, I
yeah.
think that, Rob, you and I need to have a private conversation about that because I don't believe you.
In Romans,
If you believe that, I've got some oceanfront property in Arizona.
In
Good.
Arizona, wow.
Good.
Is this before or after the earthquake?
So I think Paul points out the problem. I think we've all kind of hit on it at different times here. But God's law was given so that all people could see how sinful they are.
Yes.
So if you think about laws and how we've employed them and put them in place,
Yeah.
right, to quote unquote protect,
Yeah.
right, or to encourage behavior that will be beneficial or good for everyone.
Well, I hate to bring politics into it,
Oh,
but
yeah, okay.
80% of the country or more wants a real ID voter act.
Yes.
passed.
Yes.
And yet
but the leaders,
there we go. That's what I was getting to. The ones that have all the character.
yes, the ones with all the
with
character.
all the character. Yeah, they're the
And
ones.
we're talking about their portraits when we're talking about character, correct?
Well, actually, I was thinking of a cartoon, but that's a different issue. It's just so infuriating that how can we trust our leaders when our leaders don't even listen to the people that elected them to go do the things the people want?
Yeah, I'm sorry, that is not my view.
Yeah, well, guess what? We didn't elect you for your view. We elect you to serve the people.
What's your view, Gordon?
Well, I was like going with the politicians.
Oh, is that what the? Oh, okay.
I heard the political voice.
That was commentary.
That was nice. I missed it.
You missed it.
I missed it. Daggone it.
Well, Gordon, a little more bass in your voice than when you do a politician.
I'll work on that.
Okay, very good. Or I'll screech it.
I don't want to vote for voter ID.
So now let's go back to politicians since we're talking about that.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Really, it's anybody that takes an oath,
Yes.
an oath to keep a code.
Yes.
That they're agreeing with the code.
Yes.
And that their job is to keep the code.
The code.
Right?
Yes.
So when we look at Congress, when we look at both the senators and the representatives, they take an oath of office.
They do.
And so I think Gordon's going to shoot up an oath of office. Yes? No?
Yeah, it's coming.
Yep. What? I can't see, bud.
You can't say. Okay.
So Gordon's going to throw up an oath of office, and he's going to read it for, since we know that senators and Congress representatives swear an oath to their oath, right? They swear an oath to a code, if you will.
Yeah.
Go, Gordon.
Okay, this says, I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all.
I will what? Support?
Support and
And
defend.
what?
Defend.
What?
The Constitution.
The code that we have in our
to
country.
live by, yes.
To call the U.S. Constitution. They swear to protect it, right? And defend the Constitution. That's the pledge that they make.
Yeah.
Against? Go.
Against all enemies,
Yes.
foreign and domestic.
What?
Foreign and
Foreign
domestic.
and domestic enemies. People that live in the United States, including United States citizens and those that are just here because they criminally crossed the border, or maybe they legally crossed the border.
Either one.
And
Doesn't
they're
matter.
here. Everybody is bound by the rules and the laws of our
the
country.
Constitution. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And, okay, go ahead. Keep reading.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
Boom. True faith and allegiance to the Constitution. That's what they say.
Yes.
Go.
That I will take this obligation freely.
Nobody's coercing them. This is willingly.
Nobody twisted their arm.
Nobody twisted their arm, yep. Without any mental reservation
or
purpose of evasion.
They say they're not going to try to evade the code, but they're going to protect and defend, support and defend the code.
Right.
Not evade it.
Right.
Not.
I mean, they're being boxed in here, Rob. Come on, you have to get to it. You're boxing them in, and you're saying you're going to defend and protect against foreign and domestic, and you're going to have fealty or faith.
Yes.
To the Constitution.
Sounds like an interesting commitment that they are making. Go.
And that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which I am about to enter.
What's the last part? What do they swear to? Who do they swear to?
So help me God.
Right there. So we have an 8% approval rating at this point of Congress and Senate.
Wonder why.
That's a great question. You think maybe the fact that they are not supporting and defending the Constitution of the United States that they swore they would support and defend?
Yeah, but I have some good reasons why you can't do that, because, people are people and, we are the world. And so if somebody comes across the border and they just didn't happen to go through the right process, they're still a human being and they still need to be housed, fed, medical attention, citizenship if they have a baby while they're here. Hey, you have to understand that people are people.
Understood.
And if people are people, we have to twist things a little bit to make it right. Right.
And so our leaders twist things. That means the people twist things. So what is a code? And where does the code come from? And I think they kind of hit it at the end of their oath here, right?
So help me?
So help me God is what they say. That's what they say. They make a commitment before the people, and they make a commitment before God that they're going to support and defend the Constitution and its code.
Yes.
Right? It's
so,
law.
in other words, when we go to a town hall and we're meeting with our
Yes.
elected officials, when we get up to speak to them, you are going to have to say, I'm here to help you. Keep your oath of office. Yeah.
That's not a bad.
Yeah.
That's not a bad. approach.
And here is my question for you.
Yes.
Why the heck didn't you pass the SAVE Act?
Yes. Yes. Well, here you actually were going to go to a town hall. Right?
I did go.
And you had a question that you wanted the politician to field. Right?
Yes.
And how did that all pan out for you?
Well,
what was the process?
Oh, the process was very simple. I had to provide 2 forms of ID when I entered the building where they were going to have it.
What?
I had to have a
What?
ticket.
ID? What?
Yeah.
Why?
I think that's
Because they have to
discriminatory.
make sure that I'm not going to blow up the building or something. I don't know. That I'm not a terrorist or a sniper or whatever.
Right. They had to identify who you are.
They had to identify and make sure that they had my name, address, telephone number, social security number, passport number, firstborn. Oh, I'm
Yes.
sorry. I'm going a little far.
One
Blood
drop
type.
of blood.
Yeah, blood type. Yeah, we're going there. Okay. So I said very quietly, respectfully,
Yes.
in the auditorium. And I heard them.
Shut up and don't talk until we tell you.
No, because we didn't get to talk.
Well, that's
We
my
had to
point.
sit there and shut up, and nobody got to us.
Okay.
But the town
is a
hall
town
lasted
hall.
1 hour,
Exactly 1 hour.
and they only handled maybe 6 questions.
Yeah.
And they tucked out the rest of the time
Yes.
and justified their behavior because the other side of the aisle is so terrible.
Right.
So how is that at town hall?
It wasn't. It was a monologue.
Ah,
It
monologue.
was maybe it was a sermon.
No, I
How about that?
That's good. That's good. That's good. The appearance of.
Yeah, the appearance. Yeah, the appearance
of
with
giving
that.
a care.
Yes.
Oh, nicely phrased. I
Yeah.
know. Very good for on-air experiences. There is a politician who recently won the governor's seat down in Virginia, Abigail
Abby
Bamberger.
Spanberger. Yeah.
And one of the things I found interesting is while she was running for that, she was saying that she was a moderate, that she was there to bring Virginians together.
Oh,
to
that's a good idea.
Bridge the divide.
That's a great idea.
That she wasn't partisan, if you will.
Oh my!
Right?
You know,
She wasn't an extremist.
I could vote for that,
You could vote for that, and people did vote for it.
but
didn't they?
I didn't live in Virginia.
And then she got into office.
Yeah.
And then she started taking away the rights of the citizens
Well, why would she do
in
that?
the state. Because she's
the
an
Constitution,
extremist.
but
Wait,
the
hold on.
Constitution says defend and
Yes.
protect.
Yes, hold on. Let's get to hers. Let's get to what she swears an oath to.
Oh, okay.
This is what she swore an oath to. I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Virginia, and that I will faithfully and impartially discharge all the duties incumbent upon me as governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia according to the best of my ability, and so help me God at the end of it. So that's the commitment she makes, again, to uphold both the U.S. Constitution and then the state constitution. And she's already stripping people of their constitutional rights.
Amazing.
But she swore an oath that she would not do this.
But you have to understand her background, Rob.
What about her background, Dave?
She worked for the CIA.
Oh, she's a trained liar.
Well, we call them spies.
Oh, yes.
We don't call them trained
Oh.
spies. You know,
We
you
always
have.
lose it in the language,
Oh,
right?
there is something about
We lose
language.
the edge in
we
the language.
need a whole bunch of different words to help
Yes.
describe things like lying.
Yes. So we can cover up the flaw.
Oh, yeah. So it comes across. I am prevaricating.
Yes. We can true the crookedness a
Yes,
bit
yes.
by the language we use.
Oh, well, no, we think we're truing.
Yes.
Because if it's a lie, it's a lie. It's a lie.
And so why do we always swear with God's help or by God? Why is that part of our nation's
Heritage?
Yes, I like that word. Thank you.
Yes. Well, I mean, 250 years, we might have done something right in the beginning.
Do you think maybe God's blessings were poured out on the United States because of him?
I would think.
And because we desired to do things his way, the right way, if you will?
Yeah, but, it's funny when you get down the road a long distance.
Yeah.
And you've been going off track just a little bit.
Yeah, going a little crooked.
Just a little crooked. It's kind of like, think about an airplane.
Yes.
Two planes leave the same airport roughly the same time, and they just get off just a small degree.
Yeah.
But by the time they reach the end of their destination, they're miles and miles apart.
By increments.
Yeah, and so that's what's happening in our government with our leaders who aren't being straight with us.
What?
They're
Wow.
not being straight
Yeah.
with me.
Well, I got a question for you, Dan.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's no way we can do this without God for sure, right? So why do we even swear or affirm when we know we're going to mess it up?
Well, that's a great question. I think, for me at least, it's a good target to shoot for, God's way.
Fair.
And so when I have that orienting my direction of travel, that's more helpful than me depending on me orienting my direction of travel.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's kind of my thoughts on the matter. What about you, Dave?
You're requiring me to have a thought at this point.
Okay, you're talking to a dog. All right, that's cool. It's okay. Yeah, but I think you bring up a good a good issue here, and the issue is that as humans, right, we aren't good. As humans, we aren't good. And if you look at let's do this first. Let's go to Romans chapter 3. I think it's 10 through 12. You got that one, Gordon? Yeah. Cool. Can you you got it?
I got it.
Go, man.
So there is no one righteous, not even one.
Hold on. So there's no one that stands right in and of themselves. Go.
No, and there is no one who understands. There is no one who seeks God.
Ooh. So you mean when they're saying, "So help me God," they can either be seeking or not, right? But he's saying there's no one that earnestly seeks God with 100% out of their own heart. Go ahead.
All have turned away
From?
God.
Yeah.
They have together become worthless.
Right.
There is no one who does good, not even one.
It's pretty
Depressing.
Yes.
But if you think about it, it really describes what we have been talking about when we talk about Spamberger, when we talk about ourselves, our fallenness, right?
Yeah.
Where we are flawed, where we are crooked, the choices we make and why we make the choices, seeking personal benefit, gain, an upper hand, or I simply want to hurt somebody and I want to get away with it.
Or get back at them.
Yeah. So what we do is we change the laws
Yes.
to allow for people of certain kinds to get away with certain crimes. Dang, that rhymed. Good. Yeah, I like it.
yeah.
I like it.
I'm sure there was a little bit of money exchange on the side to get those loopholes put in.
Yes, yes. Or
Wait. We call that lobbyist. I'm sorry.
yes, lobbyists. And we have worldviews that clash. And we have philosophies that people try to legislate, right? So we see that no man is what? good.
Island.
Not one
Oh,
of them
I'm sorry.
is good. Not one is right. Not one understands.
Right.
Period. So now let's look at the flip side. In Psalms, David speaks of God in Psalms, and I think you have that one also, right?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, read it, brother.
Taste and see that the Lord is good.
Stop. Who is good?
The Lord.
Not man, but the Lord. Go.
Blessed is the one who takes refuge in him.
The one who trusts in him. Yeah, go.
Fear the Lord,
Yes.
you, his holy people, for those who fear him lack nothing.
So when you seek after a good God, you don't lack anything in life. So I don't have to rip David off when I seek after a good God because he takes care of me. Come on, Gordon.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Sounds good?
Sounds
Go.
good. Sounds like a plan. The lions may grow weak and hungry, but those who seek the Lord lack no good thing.
Yes. So you can even overcome the lions who get weak and hungry, and they're the strongest animals out there and the most ferocious and fierce. But if you trust God, you got it better than trusting lions. Oh, dag, I guess that takes the animal activists down a couple notches. Amen.
Don't be doing that to the
No,
poor
can't do
people.
that. Go ahead, man.
People
That's what
eating
you had.
tasty animals. People.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So they lack no good thing. So God is good and God gives good things. And God has a code, right? 10 Commandments are that initial code.
Yes.
Right? And Jesus broke it down into two: love God and love others.
Right.
That's how things get better
Everything
for us.
is built on it.
Right. So we have man, not good. We have God,
Good.
good. We have God, good. So when we think about the word amoral, right, and the word immoral, are they different? Gordon, amoral, immoral, are they good? Are they any different?
Yes.
Yes, good,
Oh,
Dave.
okay, thank you, Gordon. I'm glad you cued me on that. Yes. Yeah, they're different. I mean, one is totally without any morals.
Right.
And the other is knowing what is right.
Okay.
And acting against it purposefully.
Right. Right. So one believes there is no code,
Yes.
except for they swear an oath to the code.
You brought all this around, didn't you?
Oh,
You
yeah, we got to
brought
bring it around. Right? They swear an oath to a code, but they pretend it doesn't exist.
Right.
Or they're just immoral
Yeah, they're immoral because they know what the code is and they're acting against it.
and they're acting against it. And when people are immoral and they act against the code, which is there to protect and defend, right? When they do that, who do they harm?
Not only themselves,
Okay?
they harm all relationships they have with their neighbor.
They harm all relationships
All
with their neighbor.
relationships.
So when you act against the code, right, you're hurting and harming other people.
Absolutely.
That's why on the Mayflower, those 41 men signed an oath not to violate each other,
Right.
right?
Right.
And when we violate each other, you have what we have.
Right. Yes, but what we've broken into in the United States, and it was done almost purposefully,
Yeah.
is we balkanized the United States. So we now have American this and American that, and like Italian Americans, Greek Americans, and Irish Americans. And
Yeah.
we just have so many different groups that there is no more the homogenized good for all people type
Right.
attitudes anymore.
And it makes things a lot more complex.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Right.
But purposely complex.
What?
Because, see, if I can,
Create special laws for?
special people, and I can pit one group against another, then they're always worried about fighting among themselves
Yeah.
than they are about a $39 trillion deficit.
Yeah. That's destroying our country
That's
and
just-
will take down
Yes.
our kids and our grandkids and take down the nation.
Yes. And every great democracy that has failed because of loose fiscal policies.
And those loose fiscal policies come from,
Oh, they come from our leaders.
and
Special interest.
it comes from their hearts.
Well, yeah.
It ultimately comes from their morality.
Yes. But
They're either pretending to be amoral,
yes.
because I don't think you and I are amoral. In the scripture, God says that his laws are written on our heart. Why do you feel guilt
Yeah.
when you break one of his laws?
There you go.
They're written on our hearts. And we know that's why no one's good. We know when we're wrong.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
And it's society has just turned away from God, and by turning away from God, we don't even understand a standard.
Right.
From you to me to Gordon to
Right.
Jess.
Right.
I mean, what is my truth?
Well, and there we go. Amoral versus moral.
Yeah.
So in morality, we have an actual code that we all agree to is right conduct, right behavior for the good of everybody.
Right.
So everybody's blessed. And that moral code giver,
Yes.
ultimately, we're saying with morality is God.
Yes.
That's how one becomes moral. Amoral says there is no God.
Right.
And there is no morality.
Right.
And I can do whatever I want, even if I swore an oath,
Yes.
even if I signed a
Yeah.
compact.
So what are you swearing an oath to then?
Or did you affirm?
Yeah, well, either one. What did you affirmly ignore?
Yeah.
Affirmatively ignore.
And when you think about it, when we have a code, when we look at law, if you will, like let's just look at criminal law, you have a code that's put in place. It needs to be enforced. And the enforcement is to look for people that are breaking the code,
Yes.
catching the ones who are breaking the code.
Yes.
And then there's another part of that.
Yeah, it's the penalty phase. Is
The
that where you're
right
going to?
penalty, punishment.
Yes.
Yeah. Where there's that aspect. And
Accountability.
what's the purpose of accountability or punishment or a penalty?
It's to help you amend the way you live your life
Right?
so that you can come back into a standard that the rest of everyone can depend on you
Yeah.
to live. I mean, like if I had a $100 bill sitting on the table, I am making the assumption you're not grabbing it and running out of the room.
Yeah.
But if I can't make that assumption, how can we trust one another?
And there we go, back to relationship and the
There.
reason for code, right? And so the other aspect of that, what you're talking about, is paying a price so that we can learn something and get back in line. But the other aspect of that is making right the wrong that you did.
Yes.
Right?
And
When you stole something from somebody, you broke the code that we all agreed to.
yes.
And now you have to make it right.
Yeah.
You either have to give them the money back or give them that pie back or whatever it is, right?
But I understand it's not that simple, though.
It is that simple.
No, actually, that there's something that. Let me explain it to you the way I explained it to my son.
Go ahead.
If I come by and I punch you in the shoulder and I say, "Oh, sorry," and then I come by another hour later and I punch you in the shoulder,
Yeah.
and I say sorry, and I come back again and I punch you in the shoulder, you gonna believe I'm sorry?
No, because you're not. You're a liar.
Yeah.
You broke the code multiple
However-
ways.
But if I came back to you and said, I punched you in the shoulder, that was wrong.
Yeah.
I shouldn't do that. Mm-hmm. I promise I will not do that again.
So-
Would you forgive me?
Can I punch you in the face?
You can try that,
Good.
but it wouldn't help.
Sure it would.
To you. Okay, but
I'm just giving you back what you gave me.
Yeah, but the
I
point
got you.
is about the
I got you.
the actual
Meaning what you're saying
yes,
versus
and making real
Amends.
amends
Sure,
by it
sure.
because you actually have laid out a pattern that you will live by with that person. That the next time I
which
walk,
says that you're going to keep the code,
yes, there
right?
you go.
You're going to keep the code,
Right.
right?
But when we have politicians and business people,
Yes.
and in some churches, pastors,
Yes,
and in
absolutely.
some, and in some doctors and some nurses and social workers
Yeah.
and government employees, when they keep doing the same thing time and time again, you cannot trust them.
And that's kind of what's going on with our government.
And that's
right?
why we're down to the 8%.
And that's why we're down to the 8%, because both in Congress and the Senate, there's a lot of people saying something and they're not doing anything.
Right.
Or they're just pointing the finger somewhere else
Yeah.
when they're actually when they got some dirt going on with them, and they're playing games and manipulating and lying and extorting the American people.
Yeah, precisely.
Yeah, and manipulating them emotionally, right? Using propaganda like Spamberger.
Yeah. Well,
Right?
but that's what she did.
She
with
was a spy.
Yeah, but she was manipulating people.
She
to get what
was, and
she
now
wanted.
she's a governor.
Yeah, and she's manipulated people to get there, and now she feels like she is at a level that no one
Can
do
touch her.
anything about it.
And she's imposing stuff on people,
And she's
which sounds like a totalitarian dictator.
It does. It
Yes,
does. And it
just
said no
just a
kings.
touch of it, just
No
a
king.
hint.
Yeah, well, how well did
Just
that
a
go in the
hint.
past?
Well, every country that's had totalitarian dictators, thank God,
They
he's
collapsed.
raised up
Yeah.
people to come against the totalitarian dictators and
Right.
take them out.
Yeah.
So,
But we have to be careful about saying it that way because we could be accused of inciting an insurrection. And frankly, I'm not inciting an
Yeah.
insurrection. I'm saying that your vote matters more when you examine their character so that you can depend on how they will act once they get in.
Yeah.
But people in Virginia didn't look at what her character was, what her training was, and they were hoodwinked by her as she came in, and now she's taking away their rights.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I kind of look at it like, there was that book and movie out a while back ago, 50 Shades of Grey, right? I kind of look at that title, it speaks to what we're talking about. It's a gradation. Essentially, we have a gradation tool, right? We have a gradation tool, and it's a way of covering up the crooked and the fallen, if you will, or redefining what's crooked.
Yeah.
Because in Maryland right now, our legislature is again entertaining legislation that is going to stop law enforcement and the courts from going after and prosecuting juveniles for certain crimes.
Yes. Yeah. And so what does that teach them?
That you can go ahead and victimize and violate and harm people, and it's okay.
Up until you're 18.
Or whatever they determine, because I know 2 years ago they were trying to push that 21 age limit.
Oh, yeah.
They were trying to push that up to 24.
Oh, my. I didn't hear that.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. That's our legislature. This is, again, another run at that. They've tightened up the language in the law. In other words, they're trying to cover up the flaws and the crookedness and dress it up and make it look true and right and straight.
Yeah.
But it's not.
But here's the crazy thing.
And who does it harm?
Everyone.
What? What? Well, you're a white male. It's
Yeah.
okay
Oh, yeah.
if you're harmed.
Well, so guess what?
What?
In Washington, D.C., they wouldn't let anybody enforce laws down there, and they had kids running amok.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the president said, "Stop it. I'm sending in the National Guard."
To impose or to enforce what?
Law and order.
All in order.
Law
There
and
you
order.
go, Gordon.
And so what ends up happening?
No. What ends up happening, Gordon?
Chaos.
What?
People complain.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
you do
but
have people complaining. And
I
then
understand, but
Dave,
the crime statistics have dropped
Go
through
down.
the floor. I mean, murders are down. They went through weeks with no murder.
And
it's-
people
No.
people complain about this.
And
no.
This is what
no murders. And then the carjackings have gone way down.
Yes.
Because they were enforcing the standards, the codes
Yes.
that people bought into.
So
How dare they?
when people acted immorally, they broke the code, they broke the law.
Right.
There was enforcement there to catch them breaking the law, and then they got appropriately dealt with.
Right. That was in the past. And then they decided to be nice, and we give you an opportunity to mend your ways because we know you're sorry. We know
Yes,
it, you
yes.
know. And so we let you off the hook. And so what ended up happening? We got more and more and more to the point that families weren't even taking their families out to dinner, walking to
Right.
the restaurant.
Right. So everybody's affected when we let people conducting themselves immorally.
Yes.
Whether they're amoral or immoral in the end, it still does the same damage.
Right.
Really, there's only one place to go with character,
Yeah.
and that is being a moral person.
Right. But the problem with the word moral,
Oh, no, we
no.
can't use that word. It's offensive.
well, because too many people decide it's about sex. And that's a part, but it's not all of it.
Yeah, keep your penis out of somebody else's wife.
Okay,
That's what
okay,
Jesus
yeah,
says.
yeah.
I mean, and that's what the
Hi
Old
there,
Testament
Mr. Rob.
says, right?
So nice to meet you.
Yeah, that's really bad. If your wife's the one that has somebody else's penis in it, you do want somebody to keep their penis out, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Right. So anyway,
Nobody likes to be lied to, do they?
nobody.
So why
likes-
do we lie?
But even when husbands and wives lie to each other, then marriages dissolve.
What?
Yes.
What? So the trust in
It's
the relationship
broken.
is destroyed
And-
by immoral or amoral,
Yeah, behaviors.
because God is no longer the lawgiver,
Right.
that moral, supreme moral being who's never immoral, right? But we become, quote unquote,
Yeah.
the lawgiver. My truth.
And so by failing to teach good character,
Yeah.
when they're a child, because I think we even have spare the rod and spoil the child.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that was not that we want to beat anybody into submission. We're really talking about reproof.
What's in your mouth?
So anyway, we're really talking about correcting them so that they know the right way to go. We're not
And
talking
also
about-
treating people the way that we should treat others. Love
Yes.
them,
Yes.
right? Putting a gun to somebody's head and ripping her out of a car
Yeah.
and taking it is
Yeah.
not love.
No, that's not love. That-
And I don't care how old you are when you're doing it.
Yes. Well, I did hear a comedian say something about it. That, my parents told us that they gave us a spanking because they loved us.
Yeah.
And he said, I lived in a very loving household. As a matter of fact, I lived in a very loving neighborhood. It seemed that everybody was trying to be so loving.
So we're going to be wrapping up today's podcast for now. Next week, we will be back. We hope you join us. There's going to be some information coming across the bottom of your screen on how to reach out to us, how to connect to the podcast. David here will field any questions that you may have.
Yes, please feel free to get to me. It may take a few days for me to get back to you, but regardless, I will get back to you. And I want to hear from you. And I want to walk beside you as best as I can. So give me a question, and I'll be there.
And I'll give you an answer.
Well,
Just
hopefully it'll be a good one.
Right. We'll also try. I'm going to try to remember on YouTube at least to be up and participating with you guys on the live chat. This week I had it ready to go, but I never went over to YouTube to see if anybody was saying anything.
Okay, well.
I want to shout out to Robert and to Sammy for participating with us and reaching out to us, sending us some comments and the encouragement. Really do appreciate that. And so for now, when we remove the divine, we remove what is right. Because the only one that's right and good is God.
There we go.
And those that are wrong, that are crooked, are man.
Yes.
And so if you have a crooked man, he can create crooked laws
Yes.
because he wants to kick God out.
Yes.
Right? And then out of the crooked laws, you have crooked enforcement.
Yes.
And then you have, what do you get? Crooked. That's all you
Crooked,
get.
yes.
Nothing straight, nothing true. So next week, we're going to jump into true. What is true?
Well,
No, don't answer right now.
I'm okay. I'll shut up.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys later. Have a good one.
All right.
And me and you just keep talking.